watching India Today Global with me, Ishita Mitra. Paris Olympics is just around the corner. It's going to kick off on July 26th and the city is gearing up to hold the world's mega sporting event. I have with me Siddharth Vishwanathan from Sports Today to discuss the Summer Olympics 2024. So Siddharth, let's first address the elephant in the room. There have been a lot of preparations going on in the France's capital city. So what are we looking at here?
Okay, 100 years later, Paris gears up to host the Olympics. Third time ever that it's happened, and there is going to be a lot of expectation in the modern era. I mean, it is not for any reason that a country shells out 9 billion euros to enhance its infrastructure and all those kind of things. I mean, you're going to have a river parade. It's not going to happen in an opening ceremony in a stadium, like the boring march through the stadium and all of that. This time, along the Seine River, you're going to see a proper parade.
And it's the first time this is happening.
Yes. Plus, if you look at what the infrastructure developments are, as it happens with every Olympic edition, there's also been increased security. In the modern era now, with the backdrop that we have got, which we'll come to a bit later, there has been a lot of impetus on security. And on top of that, when you have to make infrastructures for tourists, I mean, look at it. The Louvre is making a killing with 30% hike in attendance at this point in time. If you want to go into the Louvre, you have to pay 30% more. Metro fares, bus fares, taxi fares, tourist places all have gotten a major spike because of the Olympics. And you're going to see a lot of action, especially when you look at it. 205 nations are participating in the Olympics. So 205 nations means 205 different nationalities. How you're going to get them there and how you're going to manage it, it's going to be a lot of fun.
All right. So as you're talking about the marketing of the city and France at large, let's address it. There have been reports about, they are deporting homeless people from France to other cities as a part of the beautification drive. So has this happened before, and what's the situation on ground like when it comes to something like this?
Look, it's the Olympics. Let's be very honest about it. You want to show the negative part of the city or whatever it is, whatever negativity is there, it should all be glossed to. That is the nature of the Olympics. That is the way how it has always been. Whenever you do, suppose for example, if you go to Narendra Modi Stadium, you go to Ahmedabad, if they are bidding for the Olympics, you will see the massive infrastructure changes that are there. Homeless people, how many of them? What, 5, 6, 7,000? And that too in one particular portion of the city being displaced, as they may quote unquote, but it's nothing new. When you have the Olympics, you will do these kind of things. This collateral damage can just be pushed aside. After that, you can deal with the social problems. Now, as far as your other question is concerned, has it happened before? Yes, it has. In 2012, in London, there was one particular suburb which was supposed to be beautified in that, and many of the low income people who are there, they had to be vacated out. So in 2012 London, it has happened. It happened in the 2010 Vancouver Winter Games as well. So whenever you want to ensure that certain sections of a city have to be beautified, you do it.
So you touched upon the two wars. The two wars happening in the world right now. We have Russia-Ukraine war and Israel-Hamas war. So what are we looking at when it comes to participation from Russian athletes? And do you think there will be some political overtones at the events?
Political overtones in the Olympics? Well, if there were no political overtones, the Olympics wouldn't even exist. I mean, as far as Russia is concerned, see, even Russia is banned because they invaded Ukraine. So the Russian and Belarusian athletes can only participate if they go against the regime and say this war is unjust. So only then they can participate in that. Now, as far as Israel-Hamas is concerned, now there has been attacks in the Torch Rally also in Bordeaux when it happened. So that is why when you look at it, security has been beefed up. But Israel and Hamas, the situation and how it spiraled out of control in the Middle East, it is worrying, and a lot of nations have called for strict action against Israel. But whether it will happen, I don't know. But then as far as politics is concerned, in Olympics, it has always been married with it. The most volatile Olympic event build-up that I can ever think of was 1956, when there were two similar wars happening. One was the Suez Crisis, when the Suez Canal was nationalized by Gamal Abdel Nasser. At that time, three nations invaded: France, Britain, and Israel. And simultaneously, what was happening in the other continent of Europe was the USSR invasion of Hungary to crush the Hungarian Revolution that had come down, that had propped up because Hungary wanted to withdraw from the Warsaw Pact and the Soviet Union did not want it. So they crushed that, and it all culminated in the very infamous blood in the water match in Melbourne, which incidentally featured Hungary and the Soviet Union. One Russian athlete threw a punch at a Hungarian athlete, he got a gash. Blood spilled over into the water, and then that was when the Hungarian crowd there lost it. They were about to almost overrun and kind of crush the Russian athletes when the police intervened. If you want a similar kind of a build-up where geopolitics overshadowed an event, 1980 Moscow, it came in the backdrop of when Russia invaded Afghanistan. And that is the reason why the Western Bloc nations, NATO nations, they boycotted the Soviet Olympics at that time. And Warsaw Pact nations in 1984 did a tit for tat. They boycotted 84 Los Angeles also. So in that way, when you look at it, terrorism, war have always been married to the Olympics. I mean, security is going to be immense, and with Israel there, it'll only complicate matters.
So, coming closer to home, Indian contingent is going to participate this time. So what are we looking at, and how many medals do you think we can expect?
Ouch, you put me in a tough spot, and if people take this clip out, they'll either abuse me or they'll troll me or they'll hail me as a hero. But see, 117 athletes are going from India. It is 4 less than what happened in Tokyo. Okay. Tokyo, you had 121. And if you look at it, athletics has got 29 individuals, 21 are in shooting. As far as the medal tally is concerned, ouch, this is where I hope I am proven wrong, but I have estimated that about you will get 5-6 medals, but I'm not going into how many gold, how many silver, how many bronze.
Okay,
let me just give you the overall summary of 6 medals. I think the disciplines where I think you can get a medal are 1 badminton, 1 from javelin. Sure, Neeraj will face competition from Jakub Vadlish, who's from Czech Republic. There is a slight hope from boxing and from wrestling, because wrestling has given you medals in the last 4-5 Olympics. And 5th, a miracle sport, if I have to look at giving India, I think it is hockey, because you're in a group of death this time. But you're making it to the quarterfinals at least, so one praise that it's a Chak De India moment for India as well. You won it in 2021, you ended 41 years of pain without a medal. So if hockey gets a boost, then I think the Olympics will be considered a success for India. So I am saying about 5-6 medals.
Okay, so coming to an interesting question. For this time, athletes are going to get paid for the very first time, right? Until now, they have been getting medals and other certificates, but this time they're going to get prize money. So what's with that?
See, there is a lot of debate around that. It's pretty mixed. Okay, now for people who don't know how the system operates in the world of athletics, okay, you don't get paid in the Olympics.
Yeah.
Okay, Olympics follows the simple philosophy, the 3 Latin words: Citius, Altius, Fortius. Stronger, faster, glorious. So Olympics is considered a matter of pride for the nation. So you win glory for a nation. And when the Olympics started in Greece, 1896, you were just given a laurel wreath and a diploma along with the medal. Now you get medals, but in the modern era, what is happening is that the International Olympic Council, in consultation with the World Athletics and all the other bodies, have said an athlete should be paid. When an athlete comes to the Olympics, his sponsors and whoever he's tied up with, they take the cost of it and they will reward the athlete once he wins the medal. Okay, so for example, if somebody is an Adidas, if a sprinter is sporting Adidas and he wears a Nike, then his sponsorship commitments will ensure that he gets paid there. He doesn't get paid in the Olympics.
By the organization.
Yeah, he doesn't get paid because the IOC follows a policy that whatever TV rights are sold, the media rights are sold for the Olympics, they get a pool of money for that, a certain fixed share. That fixed share is now spread across all the other federations that are under the IOC. So, for example, World Athletics, for example, World Table Tennis, all over, just one example. So, it is through that they make money. That is why media rights hosting is so important. That's where you will get the pool of money. And a player will get money through his sponsors that he's committed to.
Yeah.
But now, if you're getting pay once you're in the Olympics, it's groundbreaking, but there are still a lot of mixed reviews about that. It means that you're now demeaning the chance that, oh, they'll only play for money, they won't play for nation glory.
It's becoming commercialized.
It's becoming commercialized, and a lot of people have voiced their opinions against this, but let's see how it goes, whether the payment thing does become permanent, because in 2028, Los Angeles, you're in the heart of capitalist America. So how that will go about, let's see.
All right. Well, thank you, Siddharth, for speaking to India Today Global, and we'll be coming back to you on more updates for the Paris Olympics. So keep watching India Today Global for more such videos.